With a new stadium rising just to the west of us, for now we're back for football in the familiar setting of Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from Buffalo. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Cook. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Allen going to give it to Cook. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Now a design run. It's Allen. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll run with Cook. He slams it in there, and he is in. James Cook, touchdown Bills. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Huntley now. That's caught on the right side by Waddle.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
One quarter in the books. The Bills. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Huntley. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now, faking the give. He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie, here's Devon Achane.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Here's Huntley. Looking for Berrios downfield. That is brought in. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Huntley. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Huntley. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. And waiting, no signal. He did not. No, he did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal. They'll try it now with Achane. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
And what a job here by the defensive line. They've got to hold their ground. Any sort of push by the offense is going to result in a touchdown. But here, the defense comes through with a huge goal line stand, and they're able to keep this offense out of the end zone.
Now Allen on 1st down. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an...
Oh, the defender able to get his head around. intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down. To throw is Huntley. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And the Bills are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
He's going to try it here again. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Throwing, Huntley. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw yet again. That's taken in by Achane.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick-6 for touchdown. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control. And now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike. And now to come up with a pick-6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Tyreek now to return it. Strong. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And in motion is Berrios. Here's a give to Achane. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. That is caught left side by Waddle. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. In motion, it's Waddle. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. He gets that complete to Berrios. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Huntley now. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. 17 yards that time to number 17. Huntley. He'll tuck it and take off, and he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop?
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off. It's DeMar Hamlin.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. Not much room to operate there. He'll get only to about the 24. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. He's got room past the 35. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. James Cook, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. Give him 19 yards as they get the 4th down conversion.
And that 1st down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run. It's Ty Johnson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. His kick is good. He got it. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. They're going to send their along the shores of Lake Erie. The Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from Cleveland. A return now from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Once again, it's Chubb. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
The second down throw is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
It is 3rd and 10. Watson to throw. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. On the ground is Foreman.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
I love this call, Mike. You're basically asking yourself, can your offense beat this defense? And they know exactly what play is coming. And I'll tell you the answer, it's an emphatic yes.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Tyrell Dodson. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Back to throw. Huntley. Oh, get this downfield to Smite. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Okay, ready? Here's 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Browns have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. Back to throw is Watson. That is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
To throw on 2nd down is Watson. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Off play action, here's Watson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts.
The ability to read and then react on this run. That was the key to this play here, Mike, for the linebacker. He's the run-through player, but when you hit it as fast as he does, the offensive linemen have no chance of getting off their combination blocks to account for you. You get through with speed in the backfield, and you take them down for a loss.
About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Here's Chubb. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
That's taken in by Chubb. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league. In result,
to the goal line and in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Brown.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Tyreek now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing, Huntley. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. It's second down. Now Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Man in motion is Smith. To throw is Huntley. That's out wide to try the tight end screen. He's to the 15. He is in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jason Sanders on for the point after. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they are unable to tack on the extra point. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This will be taken in at the 2. Oh, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On play action, it's Watson. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. These two moving the chains themselves. A gain of 14 and a first down. Off the bootleg, here's Watson. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and it'll be second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Fine work to knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Throwing on third down. Watson. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. That one on target to Moore. He's going to pick up the Browns' first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Browns extend their lead to 10-6.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Tyreek now to return it. And they are going to be backed up to start. What a big hit on the return. Stopped him right in his tracks. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Tyreek now to return it. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. It's Watson out of the pistol. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Tyreek now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now, faking the give. He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. Huntley. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Huntley now. That one brought in by Berrios. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And that'll move the sticks. That's a first down. Down to the 45-yard line. Back to throw. That's taken in by Achane. They'll get 19 out of that play. First down, Miami. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Man in motion is Smith. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Huntley. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Here's Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things: a highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take him down for a loss.
That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points and you have to generate explosive plays, and after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the shotgun, here's Watson. That's taken in by Chubb, and the tackle is made at about the 6.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. A run up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing?
And he'll take it on in. David Njoku. Touchdown, Cleveland.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Tyreek now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw is Huntley. Quick throw here is complete. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
It's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Throwing, Huntley. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession. And this will not be a spike. He faked it. Oh, and you cannot have this. He doesn't get the throw away. It turns into a sack. The dog pound, as usual, doing their part. This is 3rd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They put Smythe in motion. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That's caught. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
So it's a win for the Browns. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from South Florida. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Watson. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. He'll look to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's in! Javon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. Jason Sanders on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the...
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on
Don't quit.
When you do,
if you're going to be losing, don't be quitting. I never quit a game in my Madden career. Don't lose this team. Don't run the ball. Undefeated in tournament.
Now it's Watson. That's complete to Moore on the right side.
So often sacks, especially on 1st down.
Don't try in these games.
Their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short. They've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised.
And I played it back.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Watson. Oh, all alone. That is caught by Njoku. And he's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Running is Chubb. And he's taken down on what should be The final play of this first quarter. We are through one. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku.
I also don't use
It's
seam
a gain
passes.
of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his
Must be
damage
boring to
after
play
the
like
catch.
this. Really must be boring.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Dolphins are going to take possession at
I
their
couldn't
own
imagine having to
3-yard
play
line.
like that every single
So
play,
you find
every
yourself
single
entering
drive,
the red zone.
every single
It's
game.
hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Man in motion is Smith. Huntley. He finds his tight end. That's Smythe. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
This guy plays the same way he does on defense, and he plays on offense.
Huntley now. He'll get this out to the left flat. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first
You
down.
can make the game easy, but you don't have to make
Really
it
nice
stupid
job there to
easy.
move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas.
Like I said, I'm
Don't get
undefeated in
conservative.
tournaments
Don't
for a
start
reason.
sitting on the ball.
I try in those
Cross
games.
midfield and go.
I read the entire
Every time you
defense.
find yourself
I
on your
play
opponent's
smart.
side of the field,
I may not use
be
a scheme,
thinking
but I
points.
play smart. You don't need one. I'm proof of that.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. Here's Devon Achane. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense. And
This one intercepted. That's the safety, Grant Delpit. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the
Like I
offense.
said, I don't read the
after
defense in these
INT.
games.
Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
really nice play here by the strong safety. And what's unique about this player is the position that he's playing makes him have to play.
He's not getting any
deep coverage
rewards
like
for
we saw
facing
here,
a player like
but
you.
also at times be able to
If I
get
win.
down in the box and be an extra linebacker. That versatility is something we're seeing a lot out of
I'm not
safeties
winning
in
money.
today's
We're not
NFL,
playing for money.
and you see a big reason why.
There's only time again. Why should I have to try so hard as he plays? I don't. I don't try at all.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball,
No, why would you not
they
try?
nearly return the favor
Bro, I'm
following
gonna try to
that dangerous
defend
throw
somebody
of their
like
own.
this.
At this
try hard every single play in a meaningless game? Come on.
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. Back to throw is Watson. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kohu. And he's going to bring this one back.
I said, don't quit. I never did. I lost 110 plus to like 30 or 40.
Well, pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing.
Should have kept playing this game. I keep telling players, the only thing to do is keep playing the game. Keep doing good.
Just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there. Because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a
by the way, I didn't know
that
much time left in the end of the half. I thought he was just trying to tell you to throw it, but you clearly can't. He's a player who needs his scheme to get guys wide open. What was he using? Mesh? What was he doing? Inside run, outside run, play action, with crossers, with corners. You know, have 3 wide receivers at times. Very, very clever. Very clever. Because players may not realize that. They may play like me at times and never look at your personnel. Not in my tournament, so I'm included. Yeah, I'm not even doing anything. So, no, don't quit. My subscribers are watching too. So they're going to see the first game you won. But then they're going to see your bitch ass quit. You're either going to get yourself an ass beaten, or you're going to fucking quit like a bitch. And I still didn't try yet. In neither game.
Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives.
That is intercepted. Picked off
See?
by Greg Newsome.
Proof is in the pudding. Walking around on him.
To the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Browns.
I'll tell you what, though, this is the type of player I should try my hardest against. Should try. I shouldn't care if there's no money in the line. I should try against this piece of shit. No respect to the game. We're not playing real football here.
Not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back.
We do not love the game. There is not one NFL team that plays like that. Oh, it's a video game. Yeah, exactly.
It's now 14-7.
Imagine to try to play defense when you don't match up 90% of the time. You don't sell after stuff a run or a pass in a physical situation. You play with backups. Let's see what else. You're just playing on autopilot, putting any coverage out there. First page on defense. That's it.
Here's Huntley. Oh, and he's gonna go down.
I don't use a rush. I don't disguise my defense. I don't play back or press like non-stop to get an advantage with a disguise or a blitz. I rarely blitz on defense. The only times I do is in certain situations where I think they may go to a route that I'm going to get open against man. I'm playing with backups, so when I have to blitz, play a mixture of man and zone sometimes in certain situations. Short down situations, but I'm not going to play bad D. I'm not going to use a rush. Oh man, this is a small boy. Seriously, that's the opposite. He's a small boy. tall man. I guarantee you, he was a small boy. That's the only kind of players that play like this. Oh, well, I'm using real football. Yeah, backup quarterback. Excuses. When I play with the Browns, I play with Jameis Winston. I play with their trash at quarterback. I take out Nick Chubb. I keep Njoku only for wide receiver because I won't keep him outside him. He's overpowered at times. I don't keep any elite players. Only like that type of situation where, because the Browns wide receivers are trash behind, their depth is trash at wide receiver. Well, no wonder he's,
On first down, it's Watson.
Yep.
He'll get that into the hands.
Hey, put a third or fourth read out there and I respect it. Put a third or fourth read. I tell every player.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Add a third or fourth read out there, I'll respect it.
Here's Chubb.
I'm not even trying to stuff around. I'm just putting the same defenses out there. I tell every opponent. Hey, take your time at the line. If you're hiking the ball within 5 seconds, you don't got it. You don't. You gotta read everything out. Every level of defense if you want to win. Every level of the defense. Don't just try to get by with leverages and techniques and just using sit post much. Different game, ain't it? I keep telling players when I get blown out in the first game, right? And I'm going to do the same in second. I got my ass beat like 28-3. I came back and I was up 35-14 at halftime. My point quit. I told him too. He beat me in my Super Bowl, right? I told him I don't care. I don't even care in the Super Bowl. I don't care, right? Played him in the rematch. I said we'll play for money, but if I win, you don't gotta pay me. You just have to do one thing. I forgot what it was. He had to say something. He had to say he got beat by the only real player in Madden. And then when it came time, he said, no, fuck that. And he quit at the half. Play respected. This is how I really play. I didn't even read the defense. They could have been a cover 0. Cover 0 is easy. Can't to read, easiest defense to read. I would say don't ever go to the flash. If a safety is on a running back, you know it's going to cover. Oh, not necessarily. What if they're in like some type of cover 3, hard flat, or something where the safety, where they play any coverage and they can get to the flat real quick? No, when they're chasing like that, it's not coverage. Everybody else was in their coverage. I was going to throw that throw outside, but I didn't want my matchup there. No doubt he would have caught it. Worse, he would have dropped it, but I just didn't want to go there. What happens when you play it back? It's still not a, it's still a different game.
Right back to the air following that pick 6.
Oh,
he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one's also intercepted. Picked by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
That was definitely a cover 2, and he just came down. But there's no way.
Which is really a shame.
Everybody was playing deep, vertical zone.
He was able to shake off the first 2 picks, but then there's a third, then there's a fourth, and now after this 5th, you have to strongly consider whether you want to sit this guy for the remainder of this game.
I don't run stretches
And they
of
finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the
Still, at the end of the day, you know he plays like a bitch. At the end of the day, I don't ever tell any opponent that they suck or they're trash. Never. Not one video game. Doesn't matter if it's Madden, Call of Duty, or whatever. No one sucks. There's not one player who sucks. There's just levels to it. If you're not willing to do whatever it takes to win games, that's that. If I'm not doing everything it takes You know, if y'all don't have the right strategy in Call of Duty, what do you think's gonna happen? You know? What do you think's gonna happen if I don't have the right gun for the map? If I don't have the right strategy? You know, what do you think's gonna happen? If I don't have the right mindset, what do you think's gonna happen? It's just like players who think that it's all about players and you don't give any respect to coaches. The same way. I mean, I could tell you Sam Darnold was a good quarterback in a bad situation. What were all the teams he was over with? The Jets, the Panthers, the 49ers. Oh, come on. He was a backup on the 49ers. He didn't get a chance, obviously. The Panthers and Jets. You need to make the team good, like build around a quarterback. Right? I mean, it's common sense. It's just like these teams that don't build their offensive line. These Dolphins, still to this day, they finally got a left tackle, Teron Armstead. They finally got a right tackle. They finally did something. You know, they're finally drafting offensive linemen in earlier rounds. Back in the day, 5th and 6th tackle, 5th and 6th round guard. Like, what the fuck is that? What do you expect? Oh, we're going to draft a mobile quarterback to maybe shore up our offensive line to get out of the like, what are they, you know, I don't know the logic with these front offices, you know? I really don't know. And teams want to, like, draft skill players, like elite skill players, before drafting trenches. What do you think the Eagles have so much success, right? You build it from inside out. Then you make that trade for that 1 or 2 players that you need, or you make that draft, or, you know, you sign somebody you need.
He'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in.
You don't just say, you know, give the keys to a young quarterback. I say, okay, you know, you're not going to have any protection. Good luck. I mean, look at Joe Burrow. Jesus Christ. Excuses. See, I didn't even know he had that. I didn't even know what route he had. I thought he had a dagger route. He had a curl or a hitch there. We always say pre-snap. Pre-snap is your time to get as much information possible from the defense. You know, the shell, front, are you blitzing or not? Are you trying to defend the run or pass? I always say, does it look like you're trying to defend the run here, or it looks like you're trying to defend the run? It looks like it's trying to defend the pass, but either with a peak coverage and a blitz. You know what I mean? I thought it was there. Yeah, you know, once you're down and late in the game, they give you the worst coaching suggestion. Because I only go by coaching suggestions. That's it. I mean, they give you the same exact one. They've been giving you the same exact one for like a quarter and a half. Look at this. It's clear out, corner strike, 4 verticals, dagger, spot option, verticals, drag under, verticals. It's like the same vertical plays, but in a different formation, different set. I mean, that's all there. 4-3. Hey, 4-3. Yeah, I'd be happy with that, right? But what happens when their first 2 reads are gone?
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense.
Like me, I'm not selling out stuff that's right now.
So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
Well, the biggest one in the game came on an unsubstitute. I wonder why.
Nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that
everything he
sideline
does,
as they set that
it's
play
all
in the
lazy.
snap.
Everything he does is lazy.
Nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Throwing it right into the hands of
Well, how am I lazy? Bro, if they're going under center, the scheme runs and passes, scheme guys open. You know, the degree difficulty is not there. It's super easy to do that.
Now you have equal opportunity to
It
both
is.
run and pass.
When they guys come in, if I really cared, don't you think I would have been playing with a little more urgency here?
And this is the blueprint.
I never
like the
onside kick.
ability to sustain and maintain possession
Not
and
onside kick
move
once
the ball down the field
in the last 2 years.
Defense has had no answers up
Yeah,
to
I
this
can't
point.
remember that. I mean, I onside kick against computer. I do everything.
Because anything less than that,
I am willing to
long
do
drive,
more
we
against
have
computer
been
than I
different.
am, you know, online account.
He'll look to throw here on first down. Here's a
I watch he's
shot
gonna pick it off
toward the end zone.
because he's Denzel Ward or whoever.
Take possession here.
Right? I would say don't throw deep to a
They'll
running back.
take over at the 20-yard line.
I was just like that. But he won't see the best, you know, he won't see the real me, and nobody will see the real play. You know, nobody will see the real me.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first
Because I
down
do the bare
and 10.
minimum on defense and basically the bare minimum on offense.
They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And a good run there. Get
Then
the
covers
flag
it
up.
to stop the run. Like I said, hard to stop the run
So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns.
when you're using
And
nickel
it was their
and
defense that
deep
led the
coverage.
way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed. And they cruised to
These
victory.
players, it's almost like I compare it to not preparing for like
So that'll
a
do it
tournament
for
game
us.
or a money
Corporate
game.
Olsen
You're
and
playing.
our terrific team
Imagine what would
audience.
happen,
I'm Mike
right?
Tirico.
It's almost
You've been watching
impossible
the
to win
NFL
a
on
game
EA
that
Sports.
is actually
Follow us
meaningful.
on
It's
X
impossible
at
if you're not
EA
trying.
NFL.
These players'
So long,
mindsets, they're
everybody.
trying so hard as if there's something on the line in this game. And they're prideful. They want to win every game because they feel like if they lose, you know, they feel so embarrassed from a loss or from throwing a pick six or, you know, whatever. They feel a certain way when their opponent stops them, you know. Like if they stop me on a 4th and inches, they probably get so hyped, you know what I mean? But it's crazy. I can't imagine, guys, what, trying to take my pills right now. I can't imagine, you know, ever trying to run the ball or use a scheme.
It's the
Never
video
have.
that's had plenty of success. Come through it since the mid-2010s.
I bet you this guy with the Lions will.
It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas
Play
City.
to win the game. We're playing meaningless games here. We're not playing to win the game. I'm not trying everything to win the game. Like I said, I use the bare minimum on both sides of the ball. Really, everything. Autopilot and all
Kicker
three
or a
phases.
puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway from Kansas City. Reframe it to return
Some
it.
players who are, oh, I would never play a game if I was never in the mood, or
And a good return
I
here.
would never play a game and not try. Well, here's the thing, right? If I try, I have to try real hard to stop these plays, to use a scheme. And then defensively, they press and back out. They use a rush. They play fast D. You know, and because they play fast D, you have to play with some cat and mouse. Are they going to rush? Are they going to play fast D? You know, in a crucial situation. Where me, what you see is that, yeah. You know what I mean? I will not sell out to stop the run or pass. I won't play you to stagnate. I won't use it like I rarely even blitz because I believe in playing fair. I believe in that experience again. I believe in not exploiting the game. Like, these guys are probably like, oh, let me see if you can pick up the blitz. If you can, I'll pick you up. Or let me see if I can stay in the cover two defensively. If he can't beat it out, if he can't beat a cover two, stay in it. Oh, if it's not broken, they'll fix it. That type of deal. And then what my last opponent did, both games, just stayed in single back, I form. Like this. And what was his scheme? What was his scheme? Play with the ball. And what was his scheme? His scheme was basically having an inside run and a stretch. And what did he do? Go play action stuff, right? So he would go with play action, play where there's like deep post, basically routes ran all the way, all to the left, like a deep post, and then, shallow, like 2 shallow drags underneath that. And then he would have others, just like this actually I was going to get to. Single back where there was 3 wide receivers, and then he would use syntax, right? And let me tell you why, right? Because they can sense and know what kind of defense you're in. What I mean is the formation, the personnel, the front. They can get a sense and say, okay, is he going to match up to me? Is he going to match up? So what he did was, he said, okay, if he matches up to me, I'll go with play action. And then I'll have those drags. And who did he have at tight end? Of course, David Joseph. Who can outrun all those linebackers. You know what I mean? So it forces you to do what? Play zone, right? Stop the run. Play a certain type of zone, right? So now you're soft in the middle of the defense, right? Now you're soft. So you're putting defenses like cover 2, cover 4. You're putting different coverages out there. So he had an answer for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to carry that in this game. And, players say, oh, you suck. You suck. Like, I can't stop the stretch. I can't stop a pass. No, it's just like, there's too many adjustments you have to make. You think you're going to stop a scheme, with a stop defense, with more adjustments? So yeah. You're going to get your ass fucking blown out. So, that is what it is. Basically, I only play Madden for offense. Even though I love defense, I only do play these games for offense. And it's like the games where my opponent, they can run the ball, but most players pass it more, and they'll try to once again, guys, I always say I don't know what route guys. Don't just so defensively when you're offense. I always say that's the time pre-snap is the time to get as much information as possible from your opponent's defense, right? Well, front of that, how many people have their hands? They'll tell you most likely what their personnel is. Do they have bigger guys, to stop the run? Do they have more DBs out there? You know what I mean? What's the shell? From there, what's the shell? From there, it's like, I saw one of those edge guys winning like as soon as I hiked the ball. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to step off in the pocket and make a throw. And of course, it was a play action. This defense, will they more than respond? It's got him in great shape to make a stand. Right now, finish off in a brisk 3 minutes to begin the game. I don't really usually know what the situation is. This is what a lot of players, the last opponent did that for me. Right? What do you hear commentators say? Oh, it only plays where you're short of the stick. If you got the right coverage, you will. Just like if it's, let's say you're down 3 and your outside field is range. Like, I don't care what the down and distance is. If that's a meaningful range, do you think I'm going to risk passing it there? Like in a meaningful game, like in a money game, tournament game, do you really think are you going to risk a pass on, like, let's say a 3rd and 17, 3rd and 27, 3rd and 20? Are you going to risk that pass? A lot of bad things can happen.
They are looking at 4th down, however.
I was like, I didn't know the situation yet. You really think I'd be passing the game 4th and 1?
You're going for this?
I didn't even know, once again, I didn't even know the routes on the field.
And
Jesus
they
Christ,
finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I get bailed out
They
from
come through
man
with a
coverage.
massive gain there on 4th down, 24 yards, and it's a 1st down. Wentz to throw. On target to Worthy.
I usually say don't ever throw the flats against man coverage, but it's real bad. So.
It's a 24-yard gash.
I said there's certain times you can go to the flats. You know, if you feel like they're coming with a blitz, but it's a certain front where they're going to bump into each other in their coverage, they kind of rub off each other. Sometimes you can, kick to that flat. And then that's the way from the wheel. I can't even attempt that throw. I can't even attempt that throw now. Like, it's got to be wide open. That's crazy. In real life, bro. Person Wentz, man. Not only is he throwing him wide open, he's probably throwing him closer to the back corner pylon there. That's how accurate he would have been on that pass. No rush, nothing. First or second read. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. Like, they really, like, Madden, I gotta tell you, Madden put so much of an emphasis on the quarterback position the last couple of years because players were whining that some players would use backup quarterbacks. Why are other players using backup quarterbacks and being able to beat me? Yeah, I wonder if it was because of me, because I don't know who would play with backup quarterbacks, to be honest. Only if you have that type of, if you're doing like videos, like challenge type videos. I don't do that for that reason. I've done this the last 3-4 years, and I have more fun doing it instead of throwing with starters, because I can't play with starting quarterbacks. And a lot of these teams are overpowered. Too overpowered. I can't play. To be honest, if there was a team that had like all wide receivers or something, like 80 or under, I would prefer to not play with the elite tight ends, not even one wide receiver or an elite tight end. I even made challenge videos where I played a Pro Bowl team with 80 overall play. Literally, like every player was an 80 overall play. And of course, the offensive line I had it at 85, 87. So everybody else was 80 overall. 80 everywhere. You'd be surprised how many good players there are. Just 80 overall. Wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. I mean, literally everybody. I mean, every position. See, and I don't get the mindset with these players too. Like, if I tell them I don't use stretches passes, I don't use seam passes, I rarely use corners, you know. They have this mentality like, oh, that's on you or whatever. Like, and then they think they're good because of it. You know, they think I'm trash talking them. Once again, I never said any player sucked or was trash in any video game I've ever played on them. Doesn't matter what video game it is. What genre of video game. I guess I should say genre. Because these levels, are you willing to do are you willing to do as much as your opponent is or more? Or are you not? Are you experienced enough or are you not? That's it. That's all it boils down to.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes out to the left.
Wow.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
With that play too, I mean, if he really had that play, he had no business trying to pick off this third down. You know, I always say I can't even judge these players because they're not even playing. You know, you can't judge them. They're only trying to win the game by any means necessary. They're not trying to, you know, play the game the right way. But, like I said, if there's money on the line, if there's cash on the line, cold hard cash on the line, then that's a different story. We'll play the game the right way. You know what I mean? Because I love to play the game the right way. I would love to play like you play. I would love to use this team. Well, still don't. And think about that, guys. I still don't use this scheme in money games. I still don't use this scheme in tournaments. I mean, if I do, it's like I accidentally called a run play and then called a play action play, you know, twice in the whole game. Like, you know, I basically picked like one or two play action plays off the run. And that's basically the only thing I do in tournaments. And the only times I would run the ball, I run the ball, well, like in tournaments, I would say my average is probably like 12 runs a game, and then it's like half of that, or even less. It's like 4 to 6 runs. I said that years ago, 4 to 6 runs a game. I mean, my average now is probably like 2 runs a game. And really, they're only like quarterback sneaks, fullback dives, like the third and short, fourth and short. And players, like, I would run the ball just enough. Well, I'm not going to be stupid, like, in a meaningful game. I'm not going to be stupid and not run the ball. Players tell me whatever in these games, and I don't really care, because I tell my opponents I do not try. Like, I'm not playing smart. I'm not trying. You know? And they take it a certain way. They take it as, I feel like they take it disrespectful if they know their opponent's not trying. Because they're trying a certain amount. Like, they're trying to win the game, and they're not. Like, they don't care. They get so... I had so many guys frustrated saying, like, bro, shut up, you suck, you trash. Why would you play the game and not try? Why would you, you know, why would you, case in point right there, I could have been picked off. Could have been a pick six right there. I wouldn't have cared. You know, it's gonna be like these players, fuck! No! It's crazy. I don't know if I mentioned to this guy, never quit a game. Never quit a game, never use a team.
Play action on first down.
I was never going to too. I was never going to. I was really just I was just like, I'm tired of taking the flat routes from the flat route. You know, and that's what happens. You know, if you have an opponent that's patient enough defensively, you know, every single player in offense is going to eventually go off.
From the red zone now. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
Players will say, you only go to the flat, you only do this, you only do this or that. And they, like, well, I used to play with punters until last year, where they made, I mean, I could probably still play with punters. But it's really not a challenge. Because if it was, I'd be posting videos saying, playing with punters, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Playing with punters, must watch, playing with punters. You know what I mean? Really just a challenge, though. So here's my thing, right? I had opponents tell me, well, when you play online, you're playing competitively, right? Is that not a challenge? Yes, it's a challenge, but it's also a challenge. Is it a challenge when you're using an overpowered team and at the same time playing a certain way? We're an overpowered team. When you play with the Ravens, when you play with the Chiefs and Ravens get started, when you play with certain teams that are overpowered in certain areas and you're playing with them a certain way, do you not have an advantage over the other team, over the other player?
Now here's Wentz.
I mean, I think it did.
And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs cut into the
I
lead
mean,
coming out of
those
halftime.
type of plays are easy because
It's
you
an
can go
Isaiah
through the reads,
Pacheco
find them a certain way,
touchdown.
you know,
So well
pre
done there
snap,
to come
post
up
snap,
with a
and then,
touchdown and
you
get
know,
within an extra
you
point and tie
basically,
this
you
ball
could
game.
read all that.
So much of this game
Like I
football
blocked the
kids
tight
call
end,
answering
right?
back. Punch,
Blocking a
counter,
player
punch. You
still
give the
counts
score,
as a
that's
read.
okay. We've got confidence in our
You
offense
can't
that
play
can
in the
get
read.
those points back. And they
I don't know
deliver
why.
right
I don't know why it does
And the
that
extra point
because
is no good. So potentially
whenever I
holds
accidentally
down the
fill
Jets
up the
off
kicking meter too much,
to see how and
like it'll
if this
wobble,
comes into
but
play
it's not
later
like
in
it
the second
wobbles like
half.
crazy. Like they should make it like if it wobbles crazy, then you should like miss it. But if it's just wobbling like, you know, barely wobbling, you should not
Things
miss it.
trim back down to a single point, Brock, as
Especially
they
for
send
extra
this
points.
up
Like
and
they should
away.
make extra points as easy as
Here's Raymond on
the
the
kickoffs,
return.
right? But for some reason the kickoffs are easy.
The revenge there from the
And I'm
coverage
starting
team
to
after they
wonder,
gave up a
like,
pretty nice
does
return.
it even matter what kicker you have? I really don't know. And when you play in Buffalo, is the kicking meter always high? There's no way. There's no way there's a team that has home field advantage where the kicking meter is fucking. It's like you're kicking in a fucking hurricane.
Montgomery now up the middle.
You see what I mean? Like there, I use a
And they
nickel.
needed more than one
How many
defender. They're
times
powerful
when I use
runners
that
stop for
nickel
just
blitz
1 yard.
is that run wide open for a
Hey,
touchdown?
that's a run that's
Right?
all hum on the stat
I just
sheet.
happen to
If
get
you see a
lucky
bigger play
and
on
stuck
the
in
ball
for
later
what,
on,
1 yard?
largely be because
You
of
know,
a play
that's
just
what I'm
like
saying.
that one, softening up the front.
I would have to
open the
take my time on the
bigger
play
gap
calling
in the
screen on
future.
both sides, both offense and defense. Really try to match up personnel wise.
They'll come
Really
to the
try to
line
be
here,
smart
2nd and 9.
and game plan for, you know, where they might go with the ball.
Off play action, Goff.
Like, are they gonna, you know?
He's gonna loft one deep to the left. Big
Oh,
gain
I've
downfield.
never seen that one. I never seen that one. I'm definitely gonna look at that over there. I've never seen that.
So they'll be set up
And
with
somebody
a
just
first
came
and
on my
goal.
live right
With
now.
one
I've
back.
never seen that.
It's Lions ball
Somebody
as they
just
try
came
to
in
keep
the
that
live
lead
as soon
and
as
close out a
that
win.
play like was happening and the ball was in the air. And 14, isn't that Khalif Raymond? There ain't no way. Unless, because I know he left the line and I'm pretty sure he came back. I don't know if he came back for 9.5. I mean, I'm pretty sure he came back last year. And that's the other thing, right? There's a lot of reasons why I play with backups. One of the top
Set up
three
for an insurance score
reasons.
here. It's first
Okay,
and
so
goal.
14 is what's the point? Obviously, Khalif Raymond don't know that. That's Amon Ra.
A run here. It's Montgomery.
I also
And they beat him to the edge.
refuse
That
to
run
play with
stopped back at
Amon
the
Ra too
line.
because, like, I got
Moving
like
quickly, trying to get set
not too
again.
long ago in Nut. You don't know how many
Goff to
times
the air now.
they
On the move,
they were willing to give me Amon Ra for
And he
free.
will
Like
score.
I got
It's a
them
deep
like two of them
run
for free
touchdown.
in Nut.
The
And I
Lions
just
grow the
told
lead
him,
to 7.
you know,
Amon-Ra
because
St.
his
Brown,
name,
the
Amon Ra.
touchdown.
Literally a
Slate
god
route,
named
as it does so
Amon
many
Ra.
times every game
You know.
we call, Brock.
And
Paid
apparently,
dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested
apparently
release that close to
when
the
we
end
pray
zone spells
to
disaster for a
God,
defense every
we're
time, Kate.
apparently,
You gotta have a whole lot
when we
more
say
physicality
amen,
at
we're
that point of
actually
attack
like
because a
praising
QB
Amon Ra.
is always going to be
Apparently I
looking
heard
for
that.
that short little
So I was
slant
like,
near
as
the
soon as
goal
I heard
line.
it, I was like, fuck that guy. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck gave him that? Like, why did his parents give him that name? Must be my biggest friend in the comment section. I mean,
They're
that's
just
it.
going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Don't
They'll
accept
get on the play
penalties either.
just fine for the defense, so they're going to decline the flag and let that play stand.
Well, whoever's watching, you missed me get my ass beat the last 2 games by the same player. We just happened to match up two games in a row. I mean, is there not enough players on there or what? The fact that I'm matching up with the same player is crazy. And basically, like I said, I'm not going to use the scheme on offense. I'm not going to use the scheme on defense. My opponent uses the scheme, I don't. So you
They'll
don't need
get
it.
another chance to knock the extra point
So
through.
I'm undefeated in tournaments. I only need to try. win games.
It's no good.
And I've said it to you guys in the chat. I will never try. So I'm sorry for trying by my standards. Trying by my standards. Reading the entire season, reading the entire season, and making as much adjustments as possible. And I'm not talking about adjustments based off what your opponent did earlier in the game. I'm talking about adjustments every single play, based off what you see. Basically, I just play because, I don't know, I get a high off it, like whether I win or lose, it's like, you know what I mean? I just play just to play. You know, players have told me they play just to play too, like, oh, okay. I haven't seen one player that's willing to just play just to play. Literally, like, you know, I compare it to, you know, kids or people who go out to the park to play basketball, right? I mean, it's a hobby. You're just going out to shoot baskets, right? It's not like you're going out there, you know. Yeah, I mean, you might go out there and play games, but for the most part, if you're just going out there to shoot baskets, you know, there's no competition involved, there's nothing on the line, you know. Must be macabre. I don't know how to say that, man.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Guy who's in my live streams. Because, I mean, if I was watching somebody's live stream and they said that they didn't try and they played the game that I'm watching, like, I would not. I would leave.
Let's see how they approach this second down.
I don't know why they like my content. I wouldn't.
To throw, Wentz. That's brought in by Hunt.
If you want, I love those tough plays more than a wide open touchdown. Like, I love that shit. When I see a quarterback go through his reads, and the only guy wide open is the running back in the crowd. I love that. That's just so good. That to me is more impressive than just reading half of the field, you know, or, you know, having an easy, like, I mean, no doubt that's an easy read. That's an easy play to read, you know, but other players would read it a different way. You know, other players would still divide that field in half. You know, and like I said, is that smart? Yeah, it's smart. But I'll give you an example. What's his name? Trevor Lawrence, right? Trevor Lawrence was said to be a generational type quarterback, right? I'm like, okay, let's see. Oh, he's a big guy, big dude, big arm, mobile, that will love to make every throw. Let's see. It don't matter if you can do all that. It's still a mental game, buddy. Right? He didn't have the best coach his rookie year or first 2 years with Urban Meyer or whatever. But what did Doug Peterson do? Dumb the game down for him. Fucking training room. I'm sorry, but if you can't make it without reading one side of the field, bro, why are you getting paid $55 million a year? He's making as much or more than Patrick is $50+ million, and all he does is read half the field and confusing his mobility. You know what I mean? Still. And I said, watch, they're gonna overpay him for 1 good year. I don't think I think they got knocked out of the playoffs in the first fucking week 2 of the playoffs. How is that not a foul? Come on, right? Down. At the end of the day, players will also try their hardest too when they have the ball. You might as well leave because he will score against them. He would have to fuck up. He would have to royally fuck up to not score against them. It would have to be his fault if he fucked up. Honestly. Huh? Oh wow, I did not even know it was a third. Yeah. It's funny because I did see it was a third down after that, and I kept saying like, oh, the left should challenge that. I saw it was third and 10. But then it's like, because I'm talking, it's like my mind, you know what I mean? It's like I didn't know, like I knew the situation was like, you know, it's a freaky situation no matter what down it is. Oh, please. I had to go aggressive. Let's see, I lost 3 games in a row. But at the end of the day, I still don't really want to win this game. Wow. I was gonna, bro, whoever's in the fucking live stream, I was gonna run this back and take a safety. I was literally gonna hike the ball, whether it was a run or pass. If it was a pass, I was gonna run back with my quarterback all the way to the back of my end zone, first safety. And if it was a run, I was gonna do the same thing with my running. See right here, look at these losses right here. You know, that's what happens. But don't be fooled in thinking that, you know, it's because I play with backups. No. Like I will say like, oh, I was off because I had a backup quarterback. I was off. I was picked off for a pick six instead of a touchdown, wide open corner route, or you know, whatever. Like, yeah, I'll say that at that point because it's ridiculous, you know. The premium that Madden uses with quarterbacks. I mean, Madden players were complaining that backup quarterbacks were beating them in Madden. Players were using backup quarterbacks and beating them. I would love to know who used backup quarterbacks, because I probably started that first. I'm talking about third string quarterbacks and punters. A couple years ago. I kid you not. I would have a mirror match against the Dolphins when they had Tua, Waddle, basically the same guys now. And I said Tua. I meant Tyreek Hill and Waddle. And probably were better at that time. I don't know. But I had a mirror match. I used the Dolphins. I happened to match up with the Dolphins too. And I had like somebody with the last name White at quarterback. I took both H.N. and Mostert out. I took out Tyreek Hill. I actually took out Waddle too, because they did have the chosen one, Robbie, whatever his name was at the time. So I had Robbie at like number 1 and number 2. And then I had Braxton Berrios at 2 or 3. And then I had, you know, the whatever after that. And I think their tight ends were, you know, weren't great. So, and then the offensive line was probably trash too, or maybe decent at the time. We're talking like 2 years ago. And they had all their starters, and I mollywopped them. I fucking mollywopped them, you know. Yeah, like I played good defense, but I had backups everywhere. I had when I mean backups, and I mean mostly backups, I mean basically like, you know, let's say the best player on the team is an elite player, and their backup is like still pretty good, like an 87 or 85 or whatever. Like I'll keep that 84, 85 player. So it's still technically a starting corner, starting wide receiver, but I'll just take that more like great or elite player. I'll keep them on the bench. Won't even have them anywhere, you know. And then I'll take my running backs out, because I play with third string running backs, and you'd be surprised. All you really need is decent speed and carrying and the ability to make one cut or whatever. You know what I mean? You really don't need much. So. And I mollywopped that guy. I killed that guy. And then there was one time when I played with a punter, and you know, during the game, my opponent was a little upset with me. But then they were like, "Damn man, how are you doing that? You know, how are you getting like 350 plus yards or whatever, and like 5 touchdowns with a punter? How are you doing that?" You know what I mean? because other players would tell me, oh, you must have a good defense, you must run the ball, you must have a scheme, you must have a quick passing game. Like, that's the only way you can probably play with punters. Like, no, you'd be surprised. There are a handful of punters, even though they have 50 or 60, like, throwing power or whatever. Yeah, when it comes to that, okay, Madden, should have did something at that point, because if you have 50, 60 throwing power. But, at the same time, I had to be really extremely smart. I couldn't attempt certain throws. I couldn't attempt I could not have an empty offensive play where all routes were just mostly deep. Like I knew if I'm throwing like a wide open seam or a wide open corner route, like I had to throw it a certain way, because even a wide open seam or corner was going to be picked off because it hangs up there like a lob from a punter. A third-string quarterback or a certain quarterback will hang up there more. Like the velocity ain't there. You know what I mean? And if the coverage is tight, it's hard. It was hard playing with punters, and sometimes wide receivers like that was not winning, was not getting much separation. So there were a lot of tipped balls, a lot of picks where you weren't able to get in front of the receiver, and they would just, undercut it or whatever. But that's where going through your reads and, reading the defense as much as possible pre-snap and trying to get as much information pre-snap. You know where to go with the ball. You know what defense it is. You can beat any defense, like short or deep. You know what I mean? You can beat, any defense short or deep. It's just like certain defenses can defend certain deep routes, like deep over routes, deep corner routes. It's harder to make those type of throws. Like basically the deep. There would be times where they would be playing fag deep against my punter, and I would try to make plays, roll out to one side and throw across my body. And guess what happened? Threw across my body with 50, 60, throw on the run, or throwing power, accuracy, and guess what's going to happen? Bag deep, wide open, or get a hit on a throw when I use the punter. Play stick, what are you doing? Well, because I showed that I was able to play with them a few times, and basically, at the end of the day, I was trying to play discipline, super discipline, when I would take a backup quarterback and play with the worst team. Like the Cardinals, where you did not have to take any players out. They were that bad. You only had to take, what was the safety's name? Buda Baker from the Cardinals. Like, you only had to take him out of the defense because they were trash everywhere else. There was not one elite defensive player at any level of the defense. Not from the D-line. Forget about it. The D-line was terrible. But I was saying, okay, it was kind of like, it made me want to look for players that were gems. So maybe I was like, if there's somebody I could put at nickel that has pretty good speed, tackling, hit power, maybe can I put a backup safety at nickel? Can I put certain players in certain spots to have certain to use them almost like a scheme. I probably scheme up more defensively than offensively. Basically, having certain role players to blitz off the edge, to blitz from nickel position, to having tall, lengthy, speed corners who can catch. Trying to make, okay, I don't have an elite cornerback, but I'm going to make my defense opportunistic. Have everybody in the whole secondary catch. So it's like, if they do fuck up by some miracle, I'm going to most likely pick the ball off. And then have guys, have the best speed guys out there. Play zone coverage. Very rarely play man. Play 90% zone coverage and then 10% man. And then use that length, that speed, blitzing from zone, sending that blitzes, winning crucial situations, like if they want to stay under center and they go with a play action, then you're sending edge heat from a nickel or safety down in the box, and just speeding up his reads. So defensively, if you have a bad defense, you want to speed up your you want to basically try to read what you want to read as much, like I said, from the defense. When you're on offense, you want to try to read as much as you can from the offense. How they're going to try to plan to attack you, like what you would do out of their formation or set. And then say like, okay, this is a crucial situation, 3rd and 3. Well, maybe they're going to pick a play where, they're going to look to the middle first, because most people's eyes in any video game you play goes to the middle first. They're going to try to take advantage and have their first or second read, their first 2 reads be in the middle, right? So we clear up the middle, we leave the flats open sometimes, or we cover the flat on one side. Let's say we cover the flat on the right side and we leave one defender in the middle. Well, there's a heavy blitz coming, they're not going to be able to read both. It's impossible. It wouldn't be possible. You would have to read outside in first if that happened. You would have to read the flat first, because that's the quickest thing. If that's wide open because you blitz and nobody's covering him, well then you hit it. But if it's like a certain coverage that leaves it open, but really quick, and you don't go to it, and then you go to the middle and that's not there, like you had the flat open but you went to the middle, that's where you can not execute. So it's just knowing your matchups on offense and defense. Like I said, putting guys in certain situations, having experience, and just knowing, like, how can we pressure our opponent? How can we speed up his progression, his reads, and his progression defensively? What can we do with the players we do have on defense? Where are we? And figuring out what kind of traits your players have. Like I said, the speed, the height, the tackling. So I wanted my defenses, if I use backups, I wanted my defenses to have maybe like 1 or 2 decent corners, but make sure that, like I said, they had great tackling, hip hop. I would put backup players who could not tackle. So they would have like 40, 50 tackling and hip hop. And then no, I had there's some teams you'd be surprised, because like low to mid 60 tackling and hip power for a corner is like 80 plus hip power for like safety. So, and back in the day, I used to think tackling and hip power were like the same thing, but really, tackling, in my opinion, it helps you out so much, because it's a difference between somebody making you miss for a big play or touchdown and getting in those 3rd downs, those 3rd and mediums, 3rd and 3s, those 3rd and 4s, and then But it's tough. It's tough sometimes playing defensively, because you want to attack a certain way. You want to, like, oh, okay, so they got these fast wide receivers. They're using the Dolphins, and it's so tough to defend a team that has, like, basically 2 elite wide receivers with speed. Like a team like the Lions. Oh my God, I would never play with them. It's tough. Crazy. They just beat the Raiders. I'm not surprised by that. So, it's like, what do you want to do? A smart player that uses the Dolphins with those starters, they're going to try to, open up the playbook. Like, they're going to try to scheme whatever open. They're not going to just try to, if they're smart, they're going to try to, have a balanced approach. Running it, play action, passing it. So that way it helps with protection. It, staying one step, ahead of your opponent, or 2 steps. Keeping the screen game, RPO, play action, quick game, motion, shifts, all that stuff. And then, it would be impossible to stop. You would have to risk playing a certain way to stop it. You would have to risk, because my thing was too, like, when I did play with starters, and I had to defend the team like the Dolphins back in the day, I would say like, okay, my corner sucks, like the second or third corner sucks, right? And I was like, I'd rather put a backup safety when facing the Dolphins. I'd rather put a backup like elite safety at like number 2 or number 3 corner for your coverage ability, because at the end of the day, if I'm having 2 deep safeties play deep, then I think I have a better chance, you know, than my elite deep safety trying to be the last player of defense. Because you could have like a backup safety with like 90 plus speed play at safety, and then put somebody like Derwin James, you know, in the slot or something, you know. And then you can put certain coverages where you feel more comfortable, because if you're going to have that really bad corner on, let's say, Jalen Waddle or T. Higgins or something from Bengals, he can, you know, get free releases. He can, you know, just run across the face. And then if it's a double move or a route that has like one cut on it, like a deep corner, a pulse, you know, it's just him against the safety. But so if you had a bad corner, it would be him against that bad corner. And then at the end of the day, that safety, you know, I just would feel better having a better cover guy playing corner, and then having like a decent guy at safety. So that's what I would do. And then get lucky, just trying to stop the run on early downs on the right to like blitz or whatever. You know, it's so tough against players who play smart with great teams. It's tough. Because they can basically do whatever they want. You know? Because I'm not trying. I don't match up like 80% of the time defensively. I pick whatever play on offense and defense.